This is my 1992 Toyota Hilux. Recently, my Hilux was broken into and the ignition barrel and dash surrounds were smashed up in the process. As part of the repair, I decided to use a Toyota 4Runner parts car and bring over as much of that interior as I could. This included bringing over the carpet, trim accessories, and dash surrounds. You'll see me use my cordless impact driver a lot. Some of these bolts have been sitting in there for more than 30 years, and it can really help break them free. It was time to clean up the glass from the broken window. Removing the dash was fairly straightforward. A couple of small Phillips head screws, and the rest just pushes in with clips. I also decided to replace the dash cluster in this conversion as well. Now that my Hilux was stripped back inside, it was time to remove the replacement parts from the 4Runner parts car. The floor pans and body structure for the 4Runners, Surfs and Hiluxes between the 1989 and 1997 year models are all very similar. So, most items will be transferable at some level, mostly requiring minimal work to do so. It's little parts like this that are really hard to find usually that help tie in the interior fit out of the vehicle. I won't be able to use the door trims because the 4-door Toyota models are about 150mm shorter than the single cab and space cab variants. Overall, the carpet's in pretty good condition. It needs a really good clean out, so I decided to fold it up and take it down to my local car wash. The high pressure soap gun was able to free up a lot of the sand and debris that was trapped in the carpet. After drying the carpet, I was able to lay it out in the Hilux to get a feel of how it would sit. One thing I didn't mention was the cut line on the rear of the carpet, and it was about 320mm from behind the rear seat bolt hole for those wanting to do this swap themselves. The dash cluster from the 4Runner had a factory tacho along with a nicer looking fuel gauge, temperature meter and a tidy voltage meter too. I was lucky enough to be able to bring over a Toyota factory digital clock, which tend to sell for insanely high prices online. The 4Runner also had the Toyota factory drink holder, which again is very expensive to purchase online. There is something oddly satisfying to me about reusing genuine parts when modifying cars. There's a decent range for aftermarket parts available, and at times I get people asking me why I'm using parts that are slightly stained or scuffed, but to me, they add character. Overall, this was a really worthwhile swap out. I was able to do this all within a weekend by myself, which included filming too. The hardest part about choosing to do these types of projects would genuinely be parts accumulation. Purchasing smaller trim pieces individually can be a bit of a runaround, and it'll get expensive quickly. So I'd recommend to try and find a complete parts car or purchase a whole package.